Virgo, and welcome to your March 2018 love reading with Divine Love Tarot. I would like to thank you for joining me today. If it's your first time on my channel, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy this reading. And if you're a return viewer or if you're a subscriber, I want to thank you guys also, okay? And I hope you enjoy the reading. And, I love your guys' comments and feedback, so let me know if this reading does resonate with you or not in the comments, okay, guys? Let me go ahead and jump right into this reading. The first card I'm going to pull for you guys is going to represent the present energy of this month or this reading. And we get the Ace of Cups. Okay, Virgo, so with the Ace of Cups represents intense feelings, okay? Represents a lot of feeling. The Ace of Cups can represent feeling like you're in love. It can represent falling in love. It can represent, if you're in a relationship, taking things to a deeper level of understanding, or even just a deeper level of commitment, okay? Now, with the Ace of Cups, because it is feelings, feelings can be negative. Feelings can be, being over emotional. But I will have to put other cards before we can get there. But feelings could be sadness, and so you just want to be careful with the Ace of Cups that if you are feeling sad or angry, if those are your feelings, you have to find a way to why am I at a loss for words right now? You have to find a way to get those out, okay? You don't want to harbor negative feelings. And if those are someone else's feelings, try not to take that on, okay? Because sometimes we have transference, all right? So if someone, this could go either way. Like if someone's very excited about you, okay? If somebody's really into you, you don't necessarily want to take those feelings on if that's not how you're also feeling, right? Now, let's go ahead and move on. Since this is just a positive card, though, I want to see this as something good and positive. We got an offer of love here with the Ace of Cups, okay? Let's go ahead and move on to what your challenge is or what's crossing this. And we get the Eight of Wands, okay? So the Eight of Wands is another card that indicates like you're feeling all the feels right now, okay? You could be feeling like you're in love. You could be falling in love with someone. And with the Eight of Wands, it's almost like with your challenge or with it being the crossing cards, you want to be careful not to rush into things or to jump into the situation, okay? I feel like sometimes the Eight of Wands is like Cupid's arrow has hit you 8 times, right? You see these wands? So you're really feeling it, okay? You're really feeling the situation. Eight of Wands, it is going to be a challenge for you, especially if someone has suddenly come in and swept you off your feet. It is going to be a challenge for my Virgos, especially the ones that have been in this, kind of turbulent relationship. And if you were able to end that, right, then, someone presenting you this offer of love is going to seem amazing, okay? And this will resonate with those who know, who have been in that situation. If you haven't, then, just let that one pass by. But you want to be careful not to get carried away, okay? Let's go ahead and see what the past energy that you're coming out of is. And it's the Nine of Swords, okay, in the reverse. And I definitely understand that because you guys have gone through a turbulent time. 2017 was turbulent for a lot of my Virgos, okay? And the Nine of Swords in the reverse can indicate that, it's like waking up from that nightmare, okay? Realizing that things were not as bad as they seem. Realizing that, you can get out of the situation. Also, it's like you could have gotten counseling, okay? Whether that's marriage counseling or whether that's individual counseling. But the Nine of Swords represents a slow healing, okay? So it's not necessarily that you're out of the woods, but you realize that, all that worrying and all that depression and all of that fear and all that anxiety and feeling guilty, you realize that that wasn't really getting you anywhere. So from there, you've moved into the Ace of Cups. So for some of you, you might be offering someone love because you finally feel like you've been released from that heavy burden, that situation that was pulling you down, okay? Moving on to your future energy. we get the King of Wands in the reverse, okay? So as a person, the King of Wands can represent, depending on the astrology you follow, the King of Wands could represent a Sagittarius or another fire sign, but it's kind of on the cusp with Sagittarius and Scorpio, okay? So if you're dealing with someone who's a Sagittarius or Scorpio, if that resonates with you, then like I said, you want to kind of be careful not to rush into things, because in the reverse, the King of Wands can represent someone who is manipulating or manipulative in order to get their way, okay? They can be a little bit or a lot bit immature and self-centered about things. They want to get their own way. It's almost like dealing with someone who you would call a spoiled brat, okay? In the reverse, they can be lacking passion. All that passion and charmingness is kind of diminished when the King of Wands is in the reverse, okay? Also, for some situations, when you see the King of Wands in reverse as far as the relationship, it can also indicate maybe going overboard with the emotions. It's like you guys have so much chemistry and so much passion that that's all you're focusing on, and there are other aspects of your life and of your relationship that are not getting any attention, okay? So it's almost like you're going overboard with the love and the affection. Now, why this could be a reverse, you would say, well, what's wrong with that? If you are going overboard and the other person is not there with you, that can turn them off, okay? You don't want to turn someone off by being too romantic too soon. And that's also what this Eight of Wands could be challenging you, is to not push for things too fast. Okay. For others, you might be dealing with someone who wants to push things forward fast, and because you're not going along with that program, they may turn into the King of Wands on you, the King of Wands in reverse. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to what you want. And we get the Six of Pentacles. All right, Virgo, so you want a relationship where either things are more fair and balanced, okay, especially if you've been in a situation in the past that you felt like you were at the losing end of the situation. You may want a more equal and fair union going forward. For some of my Virgos, you want the upper hand in the situation, okay? Because the Six of Pentacles can point and indicate a relationship that, one person does have the upper hand in the situation, okay? And whether or not, both people are okay with that, that's to be seen. But I'm sure you don't want to have you don't want to be on the low end, okay? You want to be the one that has the power and the control, okay? So that's something to think about there. Now let's go ahead and see what's going on internally. And we get the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, okay? So with the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, that indicates that it's like you're at a point now where you have realized that you deserve to be in a healthy, loving relationship, okay? Not just loving, but loving and healthy. So if you've been in a situation that was unhealthy, you're at the place now where you want to feel the Ace of Cups, okay? You don't want to feel negative emotions about your love life anymore. And you may be really excited about the fact that you've gotten out of this period. But once again, don't get carried away, okay? The Five of Pentacles in the reverse can also indicate that once again, you realize things are not as bad as you thought they were, okay? So whether it's a relationship that you were ready to end previously, you might be feeling like, you know what, maybe things are not as bad as I thought, especially if this person is coming at you with this offer of love here. But like I said, you want to be careful because the Ace of Cups is not the Ace of Pentacles, so it doesn't really point to the longevity of this feeling, okay? This could be temporary, especially when we see this King of Wands, but by the time we get to the end of this reading, we'll know better, okay? So let's go ahead and move on to the advice for the reading. And we pull the Nine of Cups in the reverse, okay? So the Nine of Cups in the reverse is the card of being careful what you wish for, right? It's like basically getting what you want, but it's not exactly what you want. All right. So once again, I feel like that is kind of tempering you with this situation that's going on here that you might want to just jump all into because you're feeling so much better than you have in a long time. Okay. The Nine of Cups is also, once again, telling you that you do deserve more, all right? And maybe there is an offer of love coming in, but maybe you deserve more than what's being offered, okay? And maybe that's why you're over here wanting the Six of Pentacles, and that's why you're over here feeling like the Five of Pentacles, because maybe you realize that you deserve more than what this person has to offer. All right, so that's going to resonate for somebody. And, you know, with the Nine of Cups in the reverse, you want to be careful of coming across or being too shallow in your pursuits, okay? And that's, with that being said, it's like if you have someone who's very attractive, okay? They're very attractive and you have a lot of chemistry with this person, but is that going to have long-term value? Do you have a connection with this person? Can you relate to this person? Do you and this person, can you guys build a friendship? Okay, do you have the same values? Do you want the same things out of life? Or is it just this feeling that you're getting caught up in because it feels so good and you felt so bad for so long that you just want to enjoy this moment? And if you both are on the same page about it, just enjoying the moment, then so be it. But the only reason I keep saying be careful is because I can see here, it doesn't seem like you're both on the same page. And if it's a situation where you're both on the same page, you know, you want to be careful that this person is not showing you a false face, and then once you know, get attached to them, then this King of Wands in reverse character pops out on you, and you're like, whoa, you know, what in the world is that? Okay, so the Nine of Cups is warning not to go overboard, okay, with the emotions, whether they're positive or negative, okay? Don't go overboard. Don't get carried away. If this is a situation where you're angry or you're concerned or you're sad, don't get carried away with that like you used to in the past with this overthinking. All right? Now you've moved into the feeling stage, and sometimes, you know, it is a process. Anger and sadness is a process. So where it was all in your head before, now, if you start to act on it, you don't want to get carried away and to the point where either you're being perceived and winding up being the King of Wands, or you push somebody away that you're really not trying to push away. Okay, let's move on to the external factor, and we get the Ten of Wands in the reverse. All right, so in your external environment, this can indicate that, you know, if you are in a relationship, your partner may be at a point where they are also kind of finished with this situation, or they feel overwhelmed by whatever issues you guys have had in the past, okay? The issues that caused you to have sleepless nights and that you had to get therapy for, and that maybe you got therapy and you're feeling really good about things now, but I don't think they're necessarily on that same page with you, okay? And if it is a situation where, you know, if you have been through tough times in the past, you got whatever off your chest, you've got whatever help you needed to get over the situation, okay, and now you're back to feeling or wanting the Ace of Cups, but this person somehow feels like they're not getting what they need out of the situation, or they didn't get what they wanted, or they didn't get the help they needed to heal from the situation, then you're going to have this King of Wands in the reverse, especially if this person is a Scorpio or a Sagittarius, and they may be at a point where they feel like they don't know if they can deal with the issues of this relationship anymore. The Ten of Wands can indicate, you know, betrayal of some sort, being misled by someone. So maybe they felt like, you know, you're misleading, or you betrayed them somehow. Okay, and that's just going to speak to a specific group of people that are in a relationship. If you're in a new situation, I feel like this person might be overwhelmed with the magnitude of the intensity of your onslaught. So if you are being very intense and, you know, pursuing someone, and this is, once again, just going to be a select group, then that person might be feeling like, whoa, this is too much. Okay, this is a lot going on. For some of you, this could be someone in your environment who has betrayed you, who is misleading you. So once again, do not rush into any situation, especially with someone like the King of Wands in reverse, who is manipulative and cunning and is all about getting their own way. Okay, be very careful, because you don't want to end up in a situation where you are being misled. Okay, now we're going to move on to your hopes and your fears. And you get the Queen of Pentacles, okay? And I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is coming up in this position a lot because a lot of people are craving that secure, stable vibe that the Queen of Pentacles can provide, okay? The Queen of Pentacles can represent Someone who's a Capricorn, okay? If not, just someone who's very earthy, very down to earth, very nurturing. They know how to create a good home environment, okay? Maybe loves to cook for you, loves to take care of you, okay? And, you know, very stable. Someone that you can count on, someone that you can rely on. All right, Virgo. So especially for you guys, that is very attractive. Okay, that's a very attractive quality. You want a relationship where you can feel comfortable, where you feel taken care of. Okay, where there is stability and security. All right, and not just Virgos. I feel like a lot. I mean, who wouldn't want that kind of relationship? Unless you're just a free spirit and you're not ready to settle down, then of course, you know, the Queen of Pentacles might not be attractive to you. But I feel like for those who do want that kind of relationship, you know, a lot of people are hoping to have that kind of relationship or commitment or that type of person come into their life. Okay, so now let's go ahead and move on to the outcome card for this reading. And we pulled the Queen of Wands in the reverse. So another Wands in the reverse, which, you know, when you see Wands in the reverse, that indicates stagnation somewhere. Okay, so here we have a surge of energy, a surge of emotion. Okay, but everywhere else we have stagnation, stagnation, stagnation. So this just does indicate to me two people who are not necessarily on the same page, okay? So once again, if you are the person who is feeling like you're not getting your way, you never get your way in the situation, and, you know, that's just how it is, then, you know, if this person's offering you this love and all this chemistry right now, you just don't trust it, then don't trust it, because there's a reason why internally, right, with all this love going on, you're still focused on equalizing your relationships and things being fair and getting the kind of love that you deserve, okay? So the Queen of Wands in the reverse. The Queen of Wands can represent someone who is a Pisces or an Aries, okay? It falls on that cusp. And the Queen of Wands in reverse is very temperamental, or can be very temperamental, may have anger issues, flair for the dramatic, okay? This person is dramatic. This person is, you know, their ego could be out of control, possible jealousy. So everything about the Queen of Wands that is loving and kind in the upright and warm and chemistry and all that, in the reverse, that's gone. And you get someone who can be kind of spiteful. All right, she can be kind of like, you know, a mean girlish type character. All right, that Queen of Wands. So you want to be careful of that. And you want to be careful that it's not your actions that cause that, okay? You want to be careful that you're not offering someone something that you can't maintain, Virgo. All right, especially if it's just an initial chemistry that you're having for someone. Don't sell someone a dream if you can't follow through, okay? Now, you want to be careful that you don't get caught up in a situation with someone who winds up being the Queen of Wands or the King of Wands, right? So it's basically, to me, it's almost like the same type of a situation. This person is someone who, you know, normally would be a lot of fun and just a real feel-good type of person to be around, but in the reverse, they can be a little bit mean, okay? All the court cards in reverse, you really don't want to deal with them. They're not the nicest of people. They may trick you and pretend to be nice and pretend to like you and pretend to be okay with the situation, but when their temper gets engaged, boy, you don't want to be a part of that. Okay, so it's a big difference between the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, Virgo. So let's just be careful of what we're getting into now and what we're feeling now and what we're trying to rush into now, because what the outcome and what the future holds does not look like something that you want to be a part of. Okay? Okay, so that is this reading. If you enjoy this reading and you want to continue on to the extended reading where I pull the clarifiers and stuff, there's a little icon with an eye that you can click and it'll explain how you can get the extended reading. If you would like a personal reading, you can go ahead and contact me at divinelovetarot@gmail.com. My information should be below in the description box, and also my email has been scrolling across the screen also, so if you want to go back and grab that from there, you can do that also. All right, Virgo, so I hope this reading resonated with you somehow. If it did, be sure to let me know, like I said, in the comments, or email me if you want to. And I will see you guys at the next reading. Bye, Virgo.